Alright, YouTube. So, it's Rowdy. I'm here at my vapor place. And I wanted to come on today and do what I think is an important video. Now, all you vapors and vapettes out there, anybody in our tri-state area probably knows about the council decision in Ashland to ban it just like they did smoking. And I have a few things to say about that, because I watched a video on that just yesterday, a video of the actual meeting and some of the things that were said during that meeting. And so I think we need to clear the air a little bit. I just wanted to say that so roundabout right now we have at least 70 jobs on the line. It's probably closer to 100. 70 was just my first count, without going too deep into it. So that if they continue to push and try to stomp out vaping, that there'll be at least 100 people in our area without a job. And that's the Huntington, Ashland, Ironton area. Having said that, some of the things that were said by some of those people on the video, I don't even know who that woman was, really. But that whole aerosol debacle, where it's, it's just like secondhand smoke, that's bullshit. I'm going to say it. It's bullshit. I got right here, I got some figures and some facts. And so in the secondhand smoke, there are over 7,000 chemicals. And 70 of those are cancer-causing. And that's from a cigarette. Okay? And that right there, those figures are from the American Cancer Society. This is not something I'm making up. This is in black and white via the Cancer Society of America. There's 10 times the nicotine detected from a tobacco cigarette secondhand than any electronic device on the market today. And those figures were from the FDA. With an electronic cigarette or a electronic nicotine device, as we like to call them, there's no carbon monoxide. There's that you don't have that hang around stuff. Like people who used to smoke but don't anymore. They notice that like the nicotine hangs all over their walls, their ceilings, their furniture, their clothes. Vapor doesn't do that. Also, a secondhand vape, getting back to that whole aerosol thing, secondhand vape, there's no nicotine in secondhand, and there's no other bad chemicals in secondhand. About all you'll get is just trace amounts of the flavoring that's in your particular juice, and all those flavorings are FDA approved. Now, those facts and figures for that come from the Clear Stream Air Project. So, when they were talking about the secondhand vape and how terrible it is, that was really bullshit. It's not terrible. It's vaping has been tested enough to where there are several studies that say it's 95% better for you than smoking traditional cigarette. And if something is 95% better for you than smoking a traditional cigarette, do you think it's going to affect anyone other than you? I mean, I vape in the house all the time. That same house that I used to smoke in. And I can tell you, vaping in the house doesn't bother me at all. Doesn't bother me at all. You know, it's funny that way, but with smoking, actual cigarettes, those trace amounts of nicotine are hard to get rid of. If you used to smoke, but that's been years ago, and you haven't been so OCD that you've bleached everything 1,000 times, and you haven't ripped your carpet out and everything, then really you're still going to find trace amounts of nicotine everywhere. But that's not coming from your vaping device. It's not coming from your electronic nicotine device. So, I think the city of Ashland tried to act too quickly without getting all the facts, especially all the correct facts. I think it was just a tiny bit of a headhunt to see if they could get up on their opposition quickly. And I don't really know what their end game is, but I figured I would at least throw out some factual information to all of you on YouTube. And if you guys have any questions, you can, shoot me a message. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and all those places for any questions. Or, catch me and the Demon on the Devil's Advocates on Coast to Coast on Vapors TV. And really, I'm doing this as a pat on the back to Carl and Denise Wellman from That Vape Shop, and Jerry Goodwin and Missy from District 4 Vapor. They were present for the council meeting, and they got to speak, and they did their best to try and make our side known. But like I said before, I think it was a little bit of a headhunt, and so through all their might, they just couldn't compete. And so all of us in the tri-state need to band together. All of us, all the vape shops, all the vapors need to band together and try and get a handle on this, and try to stop it before it goes any further. And so, in closing, much appreciated to Carl and Denise and Jerry and Missy, and keep fighting the good fight, as we will as well. And let's try and get ahead of this storm and try to beat it out. Until next time, YouTube. Laters.